Back in 2020, during the PlayStation Showcase that announced the PlayStation 5, we were given a total of 25 games to look forward to playing over the years, and while mostly all of them have released, I can't help but to wonder what is going on with two of them that haven't, those being Pragmata and The Little Devil Inside. So I decided to do a bit of research and share what I've come across with anyone else who is interested, and if you are curious about future updates and info, make sure to subscribe to the channel. In this video, we will take a look at Pragmata, the game we have the least information about. The first trailer showcases an astronaut-looking dude walking in the middle of Times Square after what appears to be some kind of catastrophic event as we see cars stopped in the road. He does a scan to find the path his little companion took, a girl who we can tell isn't normal from the jump as she sits next to a robot who has the hologram of a cat over it. I guess it's to make it look more cat-like in the future. He looks up and we can see that even though it's fairly light outside, the moon is high in the sky and super clear. A little too clear. They meet up and we learn a couple of things. One is that some kind of organic tech has gone out of control as we see an apartment building frozen in time while in the middle of being ripped and twisted to shreds. We know it's frozen in time because we can see particles of debris around it that are not falling to the ground. We also learn that this is not actually New York because right when they look at the building, the cat meows and looks up, causing the two to look up in his direction where we see the sky and the moon start to digitally distort, followed by a satellite literally crashing through the sky, creating a vacuum from the hole it created. Our heroes start to get sucked up into the sky toward the falling satellite, and even though we don't know at the time, we see a glimpse of how the gameplay will look. The guy is able to reach the girl and put her on his back where she grabs onto his helmet. We see her eyes get all robotic and tech-like, and it looks like she links up with the tech he has and creates an item that's probably based on what he is thinking that he needs. He grabs and uses it, and it's a shield that puts them in the center of what appears to be the outer layer of a rubber band ball. The satellite hits it, and they bounce off to the side of it, but the shield gets caught on another part of the satellite, snapping the lines and sending them out of the hole, where we learn that they were actually in an underground colony that's on the moon. The trailer ends with them standing on the moon, the guy in the armor or the space suit, and the girl in her blue coat staring at Earth, saying it's freedom, with a release date of 2022. A year later, in 2021, they give an update saying that they were pushing the game back to 2023 with new artwork that kind of gives off the idea that the girl may have been 3D printed, and that's kind of makes you think what the stuff she was doing with the backpack was in the other trailer. There was also a new video with the girl holding a sign with 2022 crossed out and an arrow pointing to 2023 with the word sorry on it. They said the team was still hard at work, but to ensure this will be an unforgettable adventure, they decided to shift the window in 2023. We were blessed with the gameplay trailer in the Capcom showcase. I don't know what was I doing, but I definitely missed this one. It starts off with a 3D printed girl humming and playing around on the floor with the dude, that's what I'm calling him, is shooting these iRobot style robots who are trying to attack them while asking the little girl for help. It's pretty funny because he's like getting jumped. But here we learn the girl's name is Diana, like Diana's Donuts that we saw in the first trailer. He grabs her up and she asks, "Are we there yet?" Which he replies, "Sorry kiddo, we still have a ways to go." A piece of paper that the girl had falls to the ground, revealing that another delay. This time with 2023 scratched out and an arrow pointing to a question mark. And instead of saying sorry, it says very sorry with a crying face and some little doodles. I actually liked that they played around with the news instead of making it super serious. Having Diana ask, "Are we there yet?" and him saying, "We still have a ways to go," is like us asking the devs if the game is ready yet. But not all is lost though. Right after we get the note, we get into some gameplay. We see the dude walking, him and Diana all standing at what appears to be an escape pod or Stacy's pod with another robot dude wearing a little red baseball cap. We get a closer look at the humanoid robots that were being fought off earlier in the video, and we can see that there is a mixture of organic material that appears to be acting as a muscle tissue and that they are kind of freaky. He takes a hit from one of the beam blades and also dodges a strike using the jetpack on his back, doing this all while Diana rides piggyback. We see what appears to be him controlling a giant mech like it's a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and it ends with a note saying to all our expected fans, it is with a heavy heart that we must further postpone the release of Pragmata. Our team is currently at work, making the best game that we possibly can, but we need more time. We will continue to do our best to ensure that the final product is one that is worthy of your patience. Thank you for your continued support. Now, while the trailer did seem to showcase quick glimpses of action, I have the feeling that it may be more exploratory. We will try to figure out what's going on in the world on the way to whatever our destination is, and I can't help but to think about games like BioShock with the big daddy little sister dynamic and a bit of Dead Space. Earlier thoughts from other sites kept calling back to Death Stranding, but that's not the vibe I'm getting here. Hopefully, we'll get some more news from Capcom on this title and an upcoming 2025 showcase. So, was this a game that is on your radar? Let me know down in the comments. Next time we will dive into the little devil inside, so make sure to subscribe and like the video. And until next time, I'll see you in the game.